Today I'm going to show off a Ognevoi game and just a prime example why the 6 top configuration rather than the 10 top. As shown in the previous masterclass I did on this, is a good idea. Shows that you can spit out the torps, and with that low detectability you can really capitalise on mistakes and really dominate a flank, hold the team back or even chase them down. So yeah, Ognevoi, as I said before, a very strong torpedo boat, but can hold its own in the gunfight. These double dual mounted turrets do pack good punch. That is Russian HE and obviously Russian ballistics, so they're very fast shells and they're very good at starting fire as well. The real downside is it only has 2 guns, and if you disable one, your guns get disabled quite frequently. That is half your firepower gone, particularly if it's the front turret as well. It gives a lot of problems. But the main thing I do in the destroyer, I'm not the best destroyer player, I'm going to say this off the bat, but we tend to get the good amount of wins whenever I play a destroyer player, mainly because I spot. Simply, even if I don't land these torps, it's not a big deal. I'm spotting these 3 ships in my team. I'm trying to get a little bit closer to spot more. I don't have to be shooting, I don't have to be even doing damage, as long as I'm spotting for the team that lets my other teammates capitalise, think about what they do, get their information going, and think about how they're going to best capitalise on killing the ships that I'm spotting for them. Meanwhile, not only am I spotting these ships, any potential torpedoes will probably have to go through me first. So I'm really doing a lot for my team. Just by existing, you don't do much for your team if you're going in there headstrong. Even if you're in a gunboat, it's not the best idea sometimes, because if you get yourself killed, you've lost all this ability to spot here. It may not show up in the game. You don't have the spotting damage showing up. It's not a problem. You need to get that addressed, but you can see the results in every game you play. Think about it. If you're playing the gunboat Akazuki, simply spawning for your team can be very useful. Though in Nakazuki's case, you probably do want to be the person doing the shooting, not the spawning, but destroyers just inherently have to spot, at least until carriers come. But yeah, we generally need to spot. We need to play the spotting game here. So I'm just biding my time and keeping them spotted, keeping a healthy distance from that plane. I don't want to get spotted. That's the King George. He could definitely end me up here. Now, unfortunately, I do pull a wee island stopping there, but I guess that was actually, in retrospect, a pretty good call, because if I push too much there, my exit strategy is blocked by the island there that I ran into. So, it may seem like a bit of an idiot move there, but retrospect, it's actually pretty good, now I think about it, which is nice. I always like to say I've done something wrong, but in this case, hey, I haven't. So, that torpedo strike aimed at the King George, the 6 torp configuration. Looks like the Dallas is going to take some, which will be really nice. Dallas took 2. Oh, the King George took all 4. Hey, that works nicely. There you go. All 6 torpedoes landed, and as soon as they're fired, reloaded. See, the argument could be to have the 10 torps. They could have done even more damage, but I'm happy to have it reloaded already, which means I have options. I can choose to torpedo the Dunkirk, I could follow up on the King George and the Dallas, but they're kind of running away to a point where I'm no longer interested in what they're doing, because they're not really helping the team out, unfortunately. All I'm going to do here is do my best to torpedo this Dunkirk and then actually go for their base, because they're just leaving the base undefended. I understand staying alive and kiting for your team and so forth, there's usually good strategies, but in a capture the base mode, particularly in Two Brothers, you don't want to be going off all the way on your just 2 ships. You're really becoming not very impactful to the battle there. If you're having trouble, then retreat back into your base. You don't want to be going off to the far flank unless you're a kiting cruiser. And the Dallas would have been far better behind this island where the Dunkirk is. A little bit more clutched in, of course, but yeah. The King George, I don't know. It's just, I think he's just had an unlucky positioning, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, they've been pushed back. They're not really much usefulness. There's another torpedo in the Dunkirk. And as I said, reloaded again. Already ready to fire. Just gonna spit some speculative torps out. And I'm gonna go for the base because... Oh, am I gonna beat myself again? Yes, I am. Whoa! I'm on fire today. Yeah, clearly. I don't like the paint. I'm just giving it a scratch. That's clearly what I'm doing. Obviously not the best idea, but there we go. But yeah, they're not leaving they're leaving the base open to being capped, and yeah, we won on this side. We lost completely on the other side. That was unlucky. But we might be able to pull this back. You never know. King George is down. Dunkirk is flooding to death. Yes. Okay. There we go. Dunkirk is out. Base is getting capped. We're down quite a few ships here, actually. We were down 3 ships. We're down 3 ships, and now we're down just 2 ships. More than they are. Yeah, they're DDs, I don't know where they are, but I'm suspecting they're going to be countering my capture. So they are priority. I can really use the support here. I'm not going to shoot, I don't want to get reset, thank you. But I will have to deal with this Mitsu. Dallas is pushing back in, which is the right call, but because he's pushing back in, he's forced to get broadside to that my friendly battleship there. So I'm not too worried about the Dallas actually. There's a potential for him getting absolutely ripped a new one by my friendly team over there. Yeah, he's having to reposition because he's realised that yeah, giving broadside to these guys is not ideal even in a Dallas. Okay, the DDs went for the base. That's not good. If we can finish off that Dallas quickly, I can move on and get rid of this Mitsu. Because I've got a massive lead in capture progress over the other DDs. It would have been probably a loss, maybe, if the other DD came over here. I probably could have killed him, maybe, but with Mitsu backing up and the Dallas, it could be a bit rough. But I've got the smoke, I could have. You never know, it's all hindsight. Mitsu's in the cap, unfortunately. He's stopping my progress. Again, spitting out more torps. This is the whole thing about this. I can spit out a lot of torps very quickly. 6 torps is nothing to laugh at. Unfortunately, I think I miss. Yes, I do. Did I get 1? Got 1. There we go. That's a wee flood. Did you repair that? We'll find out. Yes, he did. Okay. I spoke up here because the battleships are spotting him. I really want to finish him off. It's definitely worth burning the smoke and doing it. Yes, I'm risking myself getting shot, but it was worth it there. Now, retrospect, a bit of a waste of the smoke, but I'd rather do that and not. I'm sure I don't get shot. I'm sure he dies rather than like, oh, he's gonna die anyway. I'm not gonna waste my smoke on it. This is what I'm seeing about consumables. You need to not be sparing. Use them because you never know. You could have absolutely ripped me a new one there. You could have done that if it was worth shooting, which I thought it was. It was definitely worth shooting from stealth because this capture here is really important. So really hoping my team can help me here because the base is being contested. It's not that barren. They've done the best move possible, really. They've gone for our base and they've defended their base with a couple of ships. They could have done a bit more ships, yes, with just 1 DD in their base, but unfortunately, for me, they've got a DD which is I can't see. I need to spot him. Fortunately, though, that bear looks like he's going to use some nice torps. He's out. Okay. Don't have a smoke, so that was a bad shot. Gonna try my best to gun down this Hatsuharu. Really hoping he doesn't shoot me, because if he does, then he resets my progress. But fortunately, people on our side and our team are defending our base, so they've definitely our team has done really well with it. defending our base and doing these things. There we go. I just blew off the Hatsuhara without taking a shot, which is really nice. You should have fired a lot more often. Just because you're in a Japanese destroyer, it doesn't mean you shouldn't use your guns. There's always a time and place to use your guns in a destroyer, and this particular advantage, when you're going to get spotted regardless, definitely worth shooting your guns. So, base capture is over in 30 seconds. This game is pretty much done and dusted. That Dunkirk over there, I think it was the other ship. I think it was the other ship. I don't know what that one is, but no, it was a Dunkirk. The setup was helping me out. Dunkirk has single-handedly won the game for us because he reset those people, and if it wasn't for that Hatsuharu and Mitsu trying to defend their base, it would have been an even easier win. So yeah, importance of defending your own base, and one of the benefits of using an Ognevoi with a torque-focused build. You see 12 torpedo hits, high caliber, Confederate, only 10 gun hits, but it was enough to do the job, you know. Solo cap, because I did the majority of the work on the capture point, even though the setup was on it. It's just a prime example of how you can really use a game to your advantage just by spotting, seeing the torpedoes, and this is what I'm saying about the Ognevoi. So recommend going back and watching the Ognevoi Masterclass if this helps you out. Other than that, I hope you had a fun day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.